Welcome. This video presentation will focus on a statistical analysis of crime in the United States of America. Major factors of crime over the year has been social, political, psychological, and economical. For a crime-free society, we need to find the influential factors to help reduce the crime. This video will contain statistical and graphical analysis of factors like population, geography, size of states or city, illiteracy, unemployment, per capita and inflation rate with respect to country level, state level and major cities of USA. Crime in United States are classified into two major categories. First is violent crime, which includes murder, forcible rape, aggravated assault and robbery. Second is property crime, which includes burglary, larceny, theft and motor vehicle theft. In 1980, the crime was at its peak. It might be because of the Cold War between USA and USSR. In 1984, the crime dropped down. The reason might be due to Summer Olympics in Los Angeles, California. In 1991, the crime came back to its peak again when the country went into war against Iraq. From 2000 to 2002, we see constant nature of the curve. It might be due to the terrorist attack at the World Trade Center in 2001. After the establishment of DHS, the crime significantly dropped down in 2003.
Good.
From 1979 to 2007, we see a positive correlation between crime index and inflation rate. Looking at the value of Spearman's rank correlation coefficient, there exists a large correlation between them. Both unemployment rate and inflation rate are positively correlated to crime, which can be seen from the R value. However, per capita and population are negatively correlated to crime. By having a closer look at the relationship of crime index versus population, we see that there is a decrease in crime with increase in population. From the plot of unemployment versus vehicle theft, we have a small correlation which can be supported by the R value. Here's a map of United States showing different regions.
Here is the double map template combines two maps. It's ideally suited to side-by-side thematic mapping of population and crime index and exploring the degree of correlation. As you can see, the volume of crime is related to the population size that has been established by large value of correlation coefficient. As you can see in top map, regions with high illiteracy rate have been distinguished. Most part of Northeast and South have been labeled as regions with higher literacy rate in the United States. In the second map, regions with high crime rate have been shown. Based on these two maps, illiteracy and crime are closely related. The correlation coefficient supports our conclusion. We are going to investigate the correlation between crime and unemployment rates. As you can see here, a small relationship between crime and unemployment rates interpret the unemployment rates as a proxy for reduced opportunity to commit crime, because the unemployed population more carefully guards their poverty. For example, Alaska has the highest rate of unemployment, and on the other hand, it has a lower rate of crime. Here you can see violent crime rate compared to property crime. The distribution of crimes throughout the country is similar for violent and property crime. and it's tending to be highest toward the northeast and south and California in west. It seems property crime and violent crime are highly correlated, so we can conclude that there is a significant correlation between these two crime categories. However, the rate of the property crime is almost 10 times of violent crime in the United States.
By going on all maps that we observed, Texas was a state which had always maximum rate in all desired variables, so it would be interesting to take a look at Texas crime. Here you can observe crime rate in two big cities of Texas in compared to national crime rate. There is a big difference between average national crime rate and crime rates in two large cities. In this bar plot, the total crimes, property crime, and violent crime have been compared. Property crime covers more than 90% of total crime. During winter, the crime index was lowest. It was peaked at the summer again and dropped during fall. Here is a comparison between different types of crime. Property crime was always found more than violent crime. In violent crime, aggravated assault has high percentage, whereas theft in property crime has high percentage.
So far, we had a look at the country and state level data in USA. Now we move on to city level data. From the raw data in the dataset, city variable is classified into large, medium, and small based on the population. This is a box plot of the ratio of total crime for the three categories of cities. If we look closely at the box plot of large cities, mean or median is higher in large cities than medium and small cities, which clearly states that total crime is high in large cities. Looking at this box plot of ratio of car theft for different categories of cities, we can clearly say that car theft is more in large cities. This is a bubble plot for major cities in USA comparing violent crime versus total crime. Size represents the population and color represents major cities in the form of states. Violent crime increases proportionally with total crime and also with population. Looking at R value, we can say that violent crime is highly correlated with total crime. Here, we can see the bubble plot of total crime versus property crime. Property crime increases with total crime and population. Color again represents different states and size represented by population. Look at that R value. There is a perfect correlation between property crime and total crime. This is a heat map which shows correlation of various types of crimes in large cities represented through their corresponding states. Looking at this heat map, we can clearly say that robbery and aggravated assault has high correlation, and car theft and robbery have low correlation. Our motivation is to reduce the crime in society. Over the years, crimes in USA have been influenced by many major events and crises. Illiteracy seems to be more correlated to crime than unemployment. Inflation rate and crime index found to be positively correlated. Regions with pleasant weather attracts large population and hence more crime in those regions. Population was found to be highly correlated for country data of USA, whereas it was negatively correlated for states and major cities of USA. Considering United States as a whole, there is no relationship between car theft and unemployment. We would like to thank Dr. G for his continuous support, ideas, and feedback during the project. We also like to acknowledge the time and effort by all group members.